Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today we'll be discussing LG Display. This is probably one of the most valuable stocks under $10. All of the analytics, all of the information doesn't add up. But we're going to get into the stock review of why you should invest now. Will either be a long-term option or many of stocks that you should have in your portfolio for you to have a wonderful and tremendous return. So as I was looking at this stock, ladies and gentlemen, what I've been finding out is that a lot of times when these stocks go on a downturn, that you should absolutely invest. Now, LG Display is one of the world's largest manufacturer of TFT, LCD, and OLED screens for IT devices, computers, mobile devices, and TV. So anything that you guys are looking at when it comes to monitors, LG is absolutely in it. And this company is worth $21 billion. Now, its revenue declined in the first half of the year and is grappled with the pandemic-related disruptions, but grew again in the second half of the year as stay-at-home trends boosted sales of PCs, TVs, and other devices that have monitors. Now, it has lost narrowed significantly from a $2.83 trillion in their dollars, but in our dollars, which is $2.45 billion. So it's turned profit again in the second year. So is this stock worth your money? That's the question that a lot of you guys have. Is this stock worth your money? And absolutely it is. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. Let's do about it. Let's put some money to it. So over the past year, LG has been up 56%, okay? 56% in the past 3 months. It's been down 15% in the past month. Has been down 15%, and then in the past day, we're going to go right to is down around 4%. And you're saying, hey, if this stock has been down, why should I invest? Because this is when you buy shares. This is when you buy stocks. You buy low and sell high. So anytime you guys see stocks trending low, it shouldn't be, oh, let me run away from the stock. It's like, let me do more detailed analysis and research in this stock. Because again, you want to buy stocks when they are trending low versus trending high. See, when stocks hit the news and they're like, oh, this stock is up 30%, everybody goes and run like it's a popular stock. That is not when you should invest, because you're going to lose the most money. Because anytime the stock starts the trend and the stock is up 30%, 40%, 100%, it's soon going to pop. And the amount of money that you invest in that stock, you will soon be decreased in your portfolio price. Let's talk about it. It's important that you understand this information. Now, for you guys not understanding LG, it says that it engages in the manufacturing sale of thin film transistors and organic light emitting diode, that's LED. Its products include television, commercial, monitors, notebook, mobile, auto, and also OLED display. The company was founded back in 1985 in Seoul, Korea, okay? Now, for a little bit knowledge here, I've been to Korea 4 times, okay, for 4 years. And believe me, when it comes to TVs around the world, Samsung and LG are two of the largest, okay, if not the largest. So as I'm looking at this particular stock, I want to look at the buy rating here at 62%, a hold rating of 25%. And this is below my threshold of the sale, because anytime I look at the sale, when it's at 25%, I kind of make a very decisive decision. I'm going to invest in this particular stock or not. But when it comes to LG, I believe that this will be a good long-term stock for your portfolio. Now, the trajectory of the earnings are looking very, very good. And let's see, people who also own the stock have Intel, AMD. I'm just going to name those two because of those are microchip transistor stocks, okay, semiconductors. Now, going over here to Market Watch, I'm going to look at the year to date, which is a measly 1.78%. Okay, that's not a lot at all. But in the past year, again, they're over 50%. Now, their EPS, earnings per share, is a great indicator that this company is operating out of what? Operating out of profit. And you have dividends. It's measly, it's petty, It is below any amount of dividends I ever want to see on the stock, but it's at 20%. This stock is currently being overbought. I'm going to jump over to Yahoo Finance because that was my finding as well. Now, as we look at the short term, midterm, long term, they're saying that the stock is down. Again, do not let this discourage you. You should be over there like this, ready to invest because you have to think long term. And when a stock like this, I have a question. Are TVs, monitors, computers, mobile devices, are they going away? And no, soon, more times than not, they're going to move over to OLED versus QLED. And we're going to talk about the differences between QLED and OLED. Samsung is leading the charge against QLED and LG is leading the charge against OLED. And when you read the research, you're going to say, you as a consumer have to decide what is most important to you. I'm going to let you decide that. We're going to go through this data and analysis and research, and then we're going to go through the differences, okay? So as I was looking at this stock, again, it says that it's overvalued, that it's overbought. Then I came down here. I shortly glanced at the revenue and earnings, but then I went down to the recommendation trends. And I saw in May, they said sell. June, they said strong buy. July, strong buy. And then now August is talking about hold, buy, and strong buy, but not a sale. And then I go back over here, ladies and gentlemen, and then I look over the past month, and it's down at 15% at 1 month. At 1 week, it's 6% down, and even at 3 months, it's still 15% down. So what you're going to find out, there's a lot of contradicting analysis when it comes to the stock. And sometimes that can be confusing, but sometimes that's a great indicator to buy, okay, to buy. And for you guys who are not familiar with option trading, if you were to go into buy option trade, I'll just tell you long term. This is not going to be an educational video about how you should option trade, but for those who know how to option trade, again, this is going to be a long call. Either you're going to do a long call or a short put, okay? A short put within a year, a long call over a year, okay? So calls are when you are banking on the stock increasing in price, which will help you increase in profit. And puts is when a stock is decreasing in price, which you'll still increase in profit if you make the right call on this particular one, okay? So let's go back over, and I'm gonna go over to over to Zacks, because Zacks is saying this is a sale. So, but listen to this, family. It's saying that this is a sale, but the style scores are A value, A growth, A momentum, VGM, a score of A. So if you notice, the reclamation trends are saying buy, but then again, it's overvalued, it's overbought. You go on Zacks, it's saying sell, but then again, it's saying all the growth momentum is an A. See, I sometimes like when there's contradiction information because it's telling me you should go ahead and buy this stock, or at least an option, okay? Let me move on. Let's go to the stock forecast. Now, this is coming from stockanalysis.com. They saying that the price target for this is a strong buy, and this is for the current month, for over the course of 12 years, and that is going to reach a price of $15, which is an upside of 74.62%, as rounded up at 75%. And currently, this stock is at $8.39. Okay, $8.39. We move over to another analysis. This is coming from Wall Street Zen, and they're also predicting around $15. It says high, medium, and low, and they have this all the way out a year within 12 months that is going to reach $15. And they're saying if you have it, hold it. Now, let me give you some other contradicting analysis, even though this same website is saying, hey, you should hold it if you got it, but why aren't they telling you to buy this? See, this is the problem I have when it comes to stock investing, that as an investor, you'll get all of this contradicting information about should you buy it, should you hold it, should you sell it, but they're giving you a year forecasting amount, and it's saying, oh, this is going to reach $15. Why wouldn't I buy it at $8 right now? Why wouldn't I do that? Especially if you guys are not swing traders or day traders, where every day you're looking at the stock do this and you buying and selling. But if you know, like I'm a type of set it and forget it type of investor, then you should get in while it's still $8, and you can make what, $7, $8 per share, essentially, because there's no guarantee it's going to hit 15. It could reach 20. Okay. But let's look at some more contradiction information before I get into the comparison. And as you can tell right here, you got only a couple of analysts saying strong sell, hold, and strong buy. Now, when I'm looking at the return of equity from left to right, you see how the return of equity is kind of this flatlining here that is moving sideways, and so on. The forecast return of assets is all moving sideways. And then you come right below that, and what you're reading here is that the LPA's return on equity is forecast to be in the low in 3 years. So that's not anything that you want to get beside. And if I lower this down, give me 1 second. If you look over here to the far right, you see that the LPL revenue is forecast to grow at an exceptional rate of 26% per year. Now, the technology that is behind LG Display versus Samsung, I think this is where we kind of need to do a deep dive to see what is more profitable for your bank account. Okay. Now, there are in business with a lot of people that you may not be familiar with. Okay. I'm going to name a few that I've seen, like Cineplex Digital Media, Grassfish, iTez Media, NovaSign, Triple Play. Let's see what else. ZV. These are just some couple of the ones that I've actually seen before. Now, what is the big difference between Samsung's QLED and LG Display OLED? Now, I'm not going to read this entire research analysis here, but I'm just going to break it down. Again, this is QLED versus OLED. QLED is Samsung, OLED is LG. Now, I'm not going to get into all the particulars. I'm going to get right down to the meat and potatoes of it all, okay? And they're talking about how QLED is actually a thinner transistor paper, but it says here, an OLED TV is not an LCD TV at all. It says that the LCD is the dominant technology in flat panel televisions. It has been for a long time. It's cheaper than OLED, okay? LCD is cheaper than OLED, especially in large sizes, okay? Now, QLED versus OLED image quality compared. Now we're talking about QLED picture quality varies more than OLED, okay? Think about it. When you go out and you buy a Samsung QLED TV, they're saying that the picture quality varies. That's why you can look at many of the Samsung TVs and the different models, and the picture quality varies compared to LG's OLED. You get more consistency. When you're thinking about a consumer, and that's what we're talking about, you think about the consumer when you are an investor. Is this a viable product? Are they going to go with more consistency or more variations? No, you want more consistency when you're buying televisions. So right here, they're saying that how QLED TV picture quality varies more than OLED. So OLED is more consistent. They said OLED, which is again LG Display, the stock we're talking about, has better contrast and black level. But they're also saying QLED is brighter. Let's talk about it. OLED has better uniformity and viewing angles. Very, very important for people who play sports and watch action movies. It goes into resolution, color, video processing, and other image quality factors are basically the same. So there's no difference there. It says that QLED can get bigger and smaller and cheaper, okay? That's QLED. That's Samsung's QLED. And they give you the different sizes of each screen and how big they can get. OLED right now only has an 88-inch, and QLED has a 98-inch. But we're not talking about bigger is better. We're talking about what? Quality, okay? But I'm going to scroll down very, very quickly. And at the end of the day, with this research from CNET, okay, and we understand CNET does a lot of tech reviews. They're one of the leaders in tech reviews where a lot of people actually take their word as gold, okay? So CNET says right here, as I mentioned above, when I pitted this in the 21 OLED against the best QLED, they said OLED still won. OLED still won. So the very stock that we're talking about today, which is LG Display, where they deal mostly in OLED technology, CNET has said that the OLED technology has won over quality and best picture and angles versus the QLED with Samsung. And currently, ladies and gentlemen, this stock is under $8. Don't look at that red line. I want you to look at what? The green profit. So again, this is a long-term buy. This is a long-term hold and buy, and this is also a long-term option. If you guys want to go into a short-term option, then you want to look into a put option, but not a call short, okay? So this is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And don't forget, when you're comparing LG to Samsung, look at the technology and look at the long-term profit that you should be getting. You guys have a great and wonderful Friday. I'm out.